super reasonable. They were very cheap, and I could buy from them direct, even paying their transport fees for less than some of the local places closer, because those local places would buy from the same pit. It's like, okay. An L350H, that's a pretty good size loader. But, actually, I don't think I've ever satellite looked at that particular pit, how big it is. Auburn concrete. There's that one, but if I go... no, that's not it. If I go to Poland... That's Oldcastle, right here. Auburn Aggregates. That's gotta be paving there. I got a good size operation going. Excavators, crushers. Louisville Mega Cavern now? Nice. Yeah, like I said, this is a, you can buy, this is going to be the asphalt right here. Yeah, Auburn asphalt. There's their scales. Well, you're on. You're purely aggregates. All right, we'll do. And ads. Yeah, I've never actually looked at the this plant. As active as it is, I figured it would have been bigger, but that's pretty cool. So if we go Swindon, yep, yeah, I realized, I looked over and realized right as you said it. It's quite the setup. It's actually it's pretty deep. Yeah, 20-meter face. I was gonna say that's pretty deep. Yeah, they're usually a pretty tall face. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're down to like 8 or 9 down here. About 160, 170 meters deep. That's pretty deep. Loader, rock trucks. Guessing these are probably, from the look of the hoods, they're probably Volvos. Yep, down here. There's your crusher right there. Conveyors all the way up here. That's cool. You guys have a conveyor leading right over to the rail station. It goes through a little tunnel in the hillside. Like, what's funny too is obviously it's hard to see how much height this is, but like, why not just cut that little bit out? You know what I mean? Like, just cut it out. Why tunnel for a conveyor? Or here's an idea. It's a conveyor just up and over. 200-ton mobile crusher. Nice. Yeah. I don't know if you caught it. Are these Volvos here? Just looking at the hoods. Yeah. National Park. Volvo A40s. Yep. I was gonna say they look like Volvos. You get that kind of iconic yellow and black, very rounded hood. Yeah, I know a thing or two. And like any broken clock, I'm right at least twice a day. No, that's what they say. Even a broken clock's right twice a day. I got too many people streaming. Oh, it didn't go off. I feel gypped. What about Viking? Can I get Viking?
All right.
Nope, didn't get Viking. But, oh, Utterly's not there at the moment. Too many people streaming. I've got windows layered over windows now. Oh, it's only 77%. I almost jumped out. See, that's the thing. I might be streaming, but I also try to support others. What the? God damn it. Really? It happened again. Twitch just reset my stream back to 0. It thinks I just restarted my stream. I just happened to look over like, why did my viewers drop way off all of a sudden? And I get it, it's Thursday night, maybe a bunch of people went to bed, that type of deal, yada yada yada. But then I look over and I'm 9 minutes in. Yep, 9 minutes ago. I didn't even notice. It's been doing that for 2 days now. Just randomly fucking doing that shit. That's so frustrating.
Yep.
Nope. Nope. Apparently my frickin' Twitch decided to start the stream all over. 3 hours, 45 minutes in. Can't blame Streamlabs for that one, I guess. To Mr. Tyvius coming in with a raid. Welcome in, everybody. How was your stream there, Mr. Tyvius? How was Gold Rush this evening, sir? Stream was great. Good to hear. Glad to hear it, buddy. Oh, I'm doing alright. Doing alright. We're getting to, we're getting right into this mine down here now. Hashtag damn it, Darius. I could do that too, buddy. I'm having too much fun tonight. Too much fun. Too much fun. I wish the excavators worked, but I can't wait for the next generation to see how much better they work. Because I have a feeling I might want to use them a lot more. Park the truck below and, you know, mine with the excavator as a way of changing up the wheel loadering. Of course, if I could get a second joystick, I might use the excavators anyway. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. We're just, like I said, working on the pit here. We're down in the valley now. We're opening up the giant pit mine. Got a couple of coal seams over here we're working through. We finished our upper cut, the upper bench. Now we're working on the next cut into the hillside here. This game, they do plan to make it multiplayer, Jesse. It's on the schedule for this year. That's one of the reasons that I finally decided to pick it up. He's mentioned it is in the works. They're focusing heavily on it. There's a couple of patches to get things ready, including a major patch at the end of the month that'll have a bunch of big changes. And then, yeah, hopefully multiplayer's shortly on the horizon, in which case I'll be doing a lot of multiplayer this game. I think it's going to be a blast. Doing that, made myself a bench, sat on top of it, dozer shoving, topsoil, nice. Yep. Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be an absolute blast. Let me take care of this spike here. Actually, you know what? It might not be a bad idea to run out another strip of coal on the road. So, as you guys can see, this is one of the reasons why I have the coal being sorted here, because it kind of gives a decent asphalt look, and it's easy to consistently sort just this out. Be nice if the material could cascade a bit better. Yeah, it would be. Now, that said, Jesse, there are changes coming to the dirt in many different fashions, so that could be one thing that changes for the better. Oh, you know what? That's something I wanted to try. It might require a different loader, though. Vehicles, trucks. This is only a 20-ton. And this guy is way bigger than that, isn't it? Even that one's too big, I think. We might, you know what? I've got that, I still got that little 500. That would be great for loading that Sandvik. You know, that proper stockpiles and stuff. Yeah. That is one thing that I'm looking forward to coming up, is they do plan on, having a better method of sorting the materials out. Some of what's currently not sorted, or processed, like the solid rock, will be getting processed in the future. So that'll be good. Yeah, proper screening plants. Yeah, I would love to have proper screening plants. Because you can see I'm using coal right now for this, for the road surface. But I'd love to be using, like, actually, let's just dump this back in there. And I'll try that other truck. I think it'll work a lot better. So yeah, we'll dump this back out. Actually, I'm just going to dump it in here because it'll cascade back out anyway. That'll be a little easier. And then I'll take out, what I'll do is I'll take a load of dirt out of that far bay because it is starting to fill up some. And then I'll get the Sandvik down here and see about loading that with some coal and spreading it. But as nice as the coal looks for a top coat, I'd prefer gravel, honestly. But there's no way currently to consistently make sure you have just gravel coming through your plant, or, you know, coming through a particular conveyor. So making sure I'm getting just gravel to put down without potentially having coal or like solid rock mixed in with it, it's frustrating. But I know it's on his list of things that's going to get looked at. I don't know if it'll be for this next patch or if it'll be patch after that. But yeah, I use the I use the coal for road surfacing because it gives a decent look besides just dirt. If I could, though, I would prefer to use gravel, because at least gravel would look more realistic for a quarry. You know, you're not going to have asphalted roads in a quarry. Like you're thinking, but yet you have to have for customers nice clean floor for stock bays and so on. Yeah, there's like you wouldn't have necessarily these guys running on an asphalt road through your quarry. They'd be on gravel. You know, they're a little bit of a big boy for running you know, an asphalt road under. So for like roads like that, I'd prefer to have gravel, but there's no way to consistently make sure it's going to be just clean gravel. This processing that I'm doing only, yeah, bedrock, but bedrock slash gravel look, with the way the material looks for gravel, it's similar-ish to bedrock anyway, so it wouldn't be far off. Because the solid rock doesn't look like what you would think regular solid rock would look like. Alright, let's get this other Sandvik truck in here. Oh, this thing's a little guy. Alright, I feel gypped. I feel gypped, chat. Look at this. Look at this. That's a triaxle. I'm missing an axle, chat. I am missing an axle, chat.
Yeah, somebody had to say something to Christian.
Oh, Jesus. And 16-ton. I screwed up. I forgot to set this to bulk first.
Yeah. Looks like you're carrying a bunch of pebbles.
Yep, I am. This works for, like, fine filling in spots. Like this mess I left the other day. There we go. Turn that on. Yeah. Gets lumpy and bumpy when you do it, but you know, hey, whatever. Let's try this again, this time with the right setting on for the dirt. We may not continue with this experiment. Who knows? %60. Alright there, Tyvius. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll catch you in a bit. Alright, so that thing's a pain in the ass to fill. Just checking my gravel hill. It's about 95%. Yep. That's what I was saying. Like, unless you know for sure you're getting just gravel, It's almost, which is almost impossible to do, because while you're scooping it, you could get solid rock in there, and the solid rock has no way of processing currently, so it just goes through your plant, which is frustrating. You know, I mean, I get it. Yep. Can't do it with the bulk on. It's not a fine enough delivery system. Something is there a key to tell what the different types of material look like? It's a kind of a process of just learning them, unfortunately. Because right now a lot of them look similar, and there's no like key per se that's easy to just look at and say, okay, this is that, that's this, without the either one, looking it up in a video, or two, just learning it. There is a good split in two video I can link to you. Goes over a lot of stuff about the that has a lot of good information about it. Now, we did go over this earlier. You'll see things look different, but they still function the same. And in part of this, he does have a go. Dirt, pay dirt, bedrock. He goes over some of this stuff. And like I said, the trommel looks different now than it did, but still functions the same. So, a lot of really good information there in that video. It's definitely worth checking out. Not a problem, Jesse. What in the hell? What the hell is my phone dinging for at 11 o'clock at night? Piss off?
Some retarded ass Turan called the wrong number or texted the wrong number.
Nope. It was just one of those, like, cell phone notifications. This app needs to be updated. So you're gonna ding my phone at 11 o'clock at fucking night? To tell me a fucking app needs to be updated? Fucking, like, seriously? Yeah, I think that little Sandvik thing is gonna be, the end of this experiment with this thing. Look at what it's doing right now, because I've got the dirt locked. And there's a piece in here that's not locked, and it's freaking out.
I had one here the other night sit there and contact me at 3 a.m. in the morning wanting to sell me insurance. I'm like, yeah, fucking moron. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I told him.
What, was it from someplace here, or was it overseas calling you?
I think it was overseas.
Because, you know, there's laws against them contacting you after certain time periods, right?
Yeah. Can't contact you after 9 o'clock at night. Your time. Doesn't matter what their time is.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I answered the phone, I thought, okay, something's happened at the shop. I got to go to the shop. And as soon as I answered the phone, I realized, no, it's not the shop. And they popped off about insurance. I just went click. It's like, called the wrong number, motherfucker. Now, if I'd had my canned air horn, yeah, I might have given reason to have new
Then your
eardrums.
wife probably would have beat you over the head with a frying pan for setting off the air horn at 3 in the morning.
That's why I didn't do it.
It's all fun and games till the wife gets out the frying pan.
Uh-huh. When they get at that frying pan, it's like, yeah, I done messed up.
Oopsie. My bad.
Yeah. Wake her up, wake the dog up. She already has enough problems trying to sleep as it is.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see the nationwide news, see my face plastered across the big old dent in my skull where she turned around and beat me in the head with a frying pan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing it's good for filling in little spots. But all in all, this thing's a pain in the ass compared to the other truck that I can just zip right by with. So we're gonna park this inside here and ignore you until we need to fill in certain spots. Also, you know, forward and reverse sucks in this thing.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I gotta go like you, I had to go put my puppy to bed.
See, I figured she came in with the frying pan at this time.
The dog sleeps with the wife. I sleep in my room. Dog sleeps with the wife. And if I take a nap during the day when I'm home, dog comes in and lays down beside me and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yep. course, I don't have any lights on this thing and it's getting dark, so I apologize, chat, but we're gonna get this material rolled out here quick. I need to roll this right edge from this direction and the left edge as well so we can extend the coal at some point. Though I am tempted before I spread too much more coal to try and set up and do gravel and see how it might look. But that right there I'm going to handle with the grader. Because if I try to get near the blocks with the compactor, it's going to make a big sunken spot. But I can get over that and use the grader to smooth that nice transition to the block.
Yep. Won't be long before I'll be going to bed either.
Yeah.
I gotta get up in about 6.5 hours.
That's 4.5 hours more than you need.
Yeah, probably. What I've done.
If I can come back from his break and I got him immediately.
Oh God, poor guy. Not. He probably deserved it.
Nah, he's a good dude. He's so easy to jump scare. It's kind of fun, so I hang out. Add a number. Keep him on his toes. See, I still want to expand this edge a little bit. The idea being, you know, if I do end up keeping this save into multiplayer, having traffic two ways out of the, you know, with the dump trucks.
Yeah.
Champ treating the animals. That's the goal. I want the dump truck to be able to go too wide through here. And right now I'm not quite at that point. So I need to widen along that right edge some. Which is why, you know, I push all the material off. You know, I dump along that edge, and then when it starts to build up, I grab the dozer, push it off the edge. Just trying to stretch out that right edge. And do that. Of course, right now I'm about to hit this hillside where I'll be cutting it down a little bit. Well, I don't know if I'm going to cut it or if I'm going to fill over the top or just straight top dress it. But I'll be smoothing it out, so I'll have to build up the right edge as we look at it. Because I want to go around the left of that deposit you see on the ground there. And then it's going to curve around to the right and then up to the notch in the hill there. And that'll be the road into the next valley. Just to have it put in. There we go. Go park the dozer up over here. And of course the real reason I came over here was for the wheel loader, or for the grader here. So I can go get that spot at the beginning of the road. We'll smooth that out quick, and then I'll get the animal treats, take a quick bio break, and we'll get back, oh excuse me, into digging. So the name generator is meant for primarily back when I was playing a lot of Farming Simulator. The idea was people could name factories and productions within Farming Simulator. But really any game I'm playing that has nameable stuff, it's meant so that people can name name things within the game. You know, if I'm playing a city builder or something like that that has multiple towns or something, you can rename a town, or you know, things like that. That's primarily what it's aimed at. Not many people redeem it because I haven't played Farm Sim in a while, and I'm not always necessarily into a game that has really nameable things. Not bad considering. Good enough. Park this aside. Yep, good enough there. Alright, I'm gonna get over here. Jump in it. I'm gonna hit escape here. I'm gonna hit the BRB. Well, quick break. Like I said, quick bio break and do the cat treats and the animal treats, the puppy treats. Huh, I see you, Darius, back there, laying on the ground. You really like that spot, huh? As I come back. Alright, chat, I'm back. Sorry about the wait there. I should have run the ads while I was gone. My bad. I meant to run the ads while I was gone.
Oops.
I knew I forgot something. One thing I wish they did in this game, like they do in Farming Simulator, is keep track of the amount of hours you get on a piece of equipment. Ooh, you know what?
Give him time, I guarantee he'll come up with it. Keep you buying equipment. That'll probably come in whenever he comes up with the repairs. Hmm.
See? Right. Suggested.
Yep.
Yes, I did, champ. Yes, I did. Somebody mentioned angled handrails for the ramps. That would be awesome. I mean, like, I love the fact that a lot of times he will respond to these too and say, oh, yeah, yeah, we're working on that, or yeah, we could do that, or yeah, this would be nice, or... Yummy. Flemmy. Well, because of resets thanks to Twitch, that's the second time tonight they've been treated, champ. But I did do so. Spoiling the animals. The puppy got his biscuit, the cats got their treats, well, except for Darius. The thing is if any of the other if I put treats down for him, and any other cats come near it, he'll get up and walk away. And I try to limit them all to four of these little chiclet things a piece.
Except for Darius. He treats Darius like a spoiled, rotten child.
No, they all get 4. But like I said, if I put them down for Darius, and Drake or Kiston or Pickles go nearby, he'll get up and walk away. So what I do is I hold on to his here on the desk, and when he comes near me, he'll jump up on the desk and I'll just place his treats out, usually kind of up here underneath the monitors, and he'll take, he'll munch on his treats up there. So right now they're currently sitting in the little corner next to my steering wheel here till he comes back. I did forget to get... Dahlia is tough because she stays upstairs in my son's bedroom, and he's a very, very light sleeper. Even if I try to slink up into his room, his stairs have gotten really creaky. Because they, granted, when I built them, I had a really small nail gun, so yeah, the stair treads aren't nailed down the greatest, and they're getting creaky. But if I go up there and then I shake the treats to get her attention, to get her to come to the top of the staircase, she won't always come to the staircase. Sometimes I have to go further into his room, and just the act of going up into his room will wake him up. He
Yeah.
already doesn't sleep well, so it's tough to treat her
Yeah.
during the nights when he's sleeping, because if I do go up to give her treats, chances are she's waking up, or he's waking up.
Yeah.
So it's too bad, because the other thing is she tends to stay up there or around him because Pickles, the older female, doesn't get along great with her.
Yeah.
So because of that, she tends to stay, well, more hidden from Pickles, because Pickles won't go upstairs. Um, Pickles she's she's gonna be all of 9 or 10 years old now. She's getting on quite quite well. 8-month-old Norwegian Forest cat. She also loves when I treat her. Trying to limit it. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Pickles is way overweight. But for a long time, my oldest son would keep his door completely closed at night. Shut, like latched shut. And because she couldn't get in to see him, she would stress eat. So she gained a ton of weight. I mean, she's actually thinned down some now, but she's definitely getting older. You can tell she's not carrying herself well anymore. She doesn't care for her, her fur doesn't keep as clean and stuff like that. But
Yeah. She's preparing herself to die. That's what cats do.
No, her hair's been matted and not kempt well for quite a while. I mean, like, going on a few years now.
Oh.
But part of it was because she got so big she couldn't clean herself.
Yeah.
But since my oldest started leaving his door cracked at night, so she can go in and check on that type of thing. Not that she does, but she can. She's gotten a lot better about not stress eating so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, given her size and her health issues, just being, overweight and everything else, I do get worried about her. And I know the problem is it's going to devastate my son when she passes.
Yeah.
Because what happened was when he was really young, we had taken in a cat from my sister's aunt. Had a litter of kittens, one of her cats, and we adopted one for my oldest at the time, because we only had the one kid. So it was my wife and I each had a cat, and my oldest had a cat. So it was the three of them. And whoops, truck's full. Just digging away. Truck's full, dummy. Funny, hand in Danish and. That's, yeah, you gotta love translations, right, champ? But when we moved out here to where we are, the cats were all outdoor cats, and one day his cat was crossing the road and got clipped by a van, and we didn't realize it at the time. We went out to go do something, came back, and heard her mewling in the garage. And when we found her, she had like a cut on her. It was like, what the heck's going on? She's limping really bad. Things are going on. So we immediately drove to the nearest animal hospital, emergency animal hospital. They did x-rays, and her back had been broken right where the tail connects.
Ooh.
So they said, even with surgery, the likelihood of her regaining her tail use was slim to non-existent. Going to have to shoot. Suppose I better do something at work. All right there, Jesse. You take care. Have a good one. And yeah, we'll definitely catch you later, I hope. So they said it was very unlikely she would regain the use of her tail. And without a tail, cats just don't do well. Because it's it's a source of balance for them and everything else.
Yeah.
So, it's like we could perform in a very expensive, risky surgery that probably wouldn't get her a very good quality of life. Not only that, she had other internal bleeding issues and stuff. And it's like, given the situation where, like, we just, as much as we love the cat, and my son loves the cat, we couldn't justify thousands of dollars in surgery to try and save the cat to potentially not have a good quality of life.
Yeah.
So it was a very difficult decision. We put the cat down. And, it absolutely devastated my son. I have pictures taken with her and him as, before they took her off to euthanize her. And, they ended up giving us, her body after they euthanized her, and we buried her out back. She's got a little gravestone and everything. He handmade the gravestone, all that 9 yards. Hi, Darius. Hey, handsome. There you go. So after that happened, he was pretty devastated. He had a hard time, because his cat was gone.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, my mother-in-law took him to a nearby animal shelter where they had some kittens. And he walked in and took one look at her, and it was like an instant bond was formed.
Yep.
And after that, they've been inseparable. She'll seek him out and just like my cat hit the pause button.
That's why Joe does me.
Yeah, back in my teens had 3 cats, 3 plus. All 3 had no tails. Yeah, well, it's some species do well with it, Sir Welshie. Other ones tend not to do as well. All right, there, champ. You take care. Get some rest. We'll catch you later. But it's one thing too if the cats are bobtailed when they're young, because they grow up not relying on their tail for balance.
Yep.
If they're, in this case, she was a couple years old, so to try and bobtail her then would impact her. But like I said, it was broken right at the start of the tail, kind of right in her hip area.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that there was nerve damage to her leg as well.
Yeah.
So it was
She probably wouldn't have survived anyways.
Oh, they said there was a high likelihood she'd have survived, but just her quality of life, she'd have most likely had a limp the rest of her life. She'd lose the use of her tail, which would affect her balance. And it's like, hated it. But like I said, my mother-in-law, a couple months later for his birthday, took him down to a local animal kittens. He walked in, saw her, and just like they connected. He didn't look at any other cats, didn't want to see any other cats, saw her and was like, this is my cat. So he adopted her, called her Pickles. and that's where we get Pickles, because he named her. And had her ever since.
Well, we had Princess for 17 years, and the only reason she didn't last longer with us was she got to where she didn't know who we were, and it got to be dangerous because she would she'd try to attack Sue, and of course dog ain't got no teeth, but I'm like, you know, if she goes to clawing at you in the middle of the night, you know, right, cut a vein or whatever, it's
This is
not a
how
good
big
thing.
Pickles was. Did that tell you anything?
Damn, it kind of looks about the size of Ugly, my
Yeah, I mean
mom's
she
cat.
she she got big, but
He
she's like I
was
said, she's a
he
really
was
lovey cat.
29 pounds. He was 29 pounds.
I know at one point she was well over 20, but that's Dahlia, the youngest female, and she's super lovey with me and the boys.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can find Pickles when she was young.
Good luck.
No, I actually have pictures of her.
Hmm.
That's my youngest sitting there, and I even have pictures of my old dog. See, there's my previous cat, Dalinor. And in that same photo at the other end was my wife's cat, Oreo. Because we had Dalinor, Oreo, and Hera, my son's um, previous cat.
Okay.
Problem is, my phone is all jumbled up with where the pictures are.
Yeah.
There's Darius when he was a kitten.
Yeah. That's Darius. He's laid out. Hell this.
That's December of 2014. There's a picture of her. But she was already a little bit older there. She wasn't kitten at that point. So that puts her at almost at 10 years anyway.
Yeah.
There's Hera. And that unfortunately was taken in the vet as we were getting ready to put her down.
No. Same color as what Ugly was.
That was the last picture I took with my son and Hera.
Yeah. He's not in a good mood. I can tell right there.
Yeah, so he took it really hard, but
Mm-hmm.
in the end, like I said, he ended up getting so little ball of fur. Yep, yep. Um, that's Thor, my previous dog. He got hit by a car out front. He didn't last more than a few um like minutes after
Did
he
hit.
got hit. Oh, there's Hera sorry. She's upside down, but I was laying in a recliner at the time and she was literally
Just looking up at you, huh? What are you doing?
mhm. Well, there's there's my cat Dalinor with me on the couch And that's years and years ago. He was helping me play video games. Let's see. That was 2011.
Damn.
Yeah. This is a dark photo, hard to see, but there's my oldest with Dalinar and Hera curled up on the couch. So the earliest photo I've got of Pickles looks like it's in 2014. So yeah, she's coming up on 10 years old. Because if it was December that we got her, then, or December I have a picture of her, then that means we got her around birthday in December, or in 2014. So yeah, she's coming up on 10 years old, which, you know, for an ordinary house cat is getting
Up there.
a bit older.
Scrappy had Speckles and Ugly, and Ugly was
Yeah, 2014.
12 years old. I think Scrappy was like 14 or 15 years old when she ran away to die. She wouldn't die in the house.
That's what happened with Oreo and Dalinar, because they were outdoor cats, and one day Dalinar just never came home.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, same thing happened with Oreo.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
didn't come home.
I found Scrappy, and I buried her out in the back field.
Yeah, we never found them, but animals probably got them. But this is back when I was actually working and was able to move around and do all that stuff. I'd come home, lay in the recliner, and get a kitty pile. That's Darius, Kiston, and Drake in my lap, all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugly wouldn't have anything to do with anybody other than my mom. Scrappy would. I had a waterbed. You know, waterbeds and cats don't work real well together.
No, they typically tend to get leaks.
Yeah, well, Scrappy never once caused a leak on my waterbed. Never once. I did burn a hole in my waterbed. Fell asleep with a cigarette in my hand.
Nice.
But Speckles went right after Scrappy had had Ugly and Speckles. Speckles was black and white spotted all over her body.
All right, there, Mr. Dirtman. You get some rest. We'll catch you there, Tim.
Later, Tim. But Speckles, she wound up with kitty Lyme disease.
Yeah, that's
bad.
No, the dog has Lyme disease at the moment, or has had a past Lyme infection.
Yeah. Well, somebody had a radiator was leaking.
Let's see, around 5, yeah.
And back then they didn't have the biodegradable.
Oh yeah, yeah. The antifreeze back then was not good for the animals.
No. And
oh, excuse me.
She was laying out by a tree one day. She was my cat. Her and Scrappy both were my cats. So yes, I was a cat person at one point. But
always have been. Always
she was laying out
be.
beside a tree, and I went out there to pet her and everything, and she was dead.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. And it was 2 doors down, the guy had a radiator leak. 3 days later, he didn't have a radiator.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I had a cat. Let's see. When I was like 3 years old, I picked out a black and gold calico. I always used to call them money cats. But all right, there, Mr. Two, you have a good one. I named her Figaro because I was big into Pinocchio at that age.
Yeah.
So named her Figaro. A short while later, she's knocked up, has a litter of kittens.
Oh God.
Well, I got to keep one cat from the litter of kittens when I was younger, and I kept the smallest of the kittens, the runt of the litter. And that cat looked exactly like Darius. And given that I was 3.5 years old, I coincidentally named it Goldie. But got the nickname Cool Cat because he was just, cool cucumber. Just chill. And he had the most unique way of coming up to lay beside you I've ever seen. But that cat ended up becoming a monster of a cat from being the runt of the litter.
Yeah.
But what he would do is he'd walk up beside you, and then he'd scrunch the front legs right down, so he's like laying his face down, put his back end as high as he could in the air, and then just flop. And he would flop over onto you or up against you. He'd just flop like a felled tree, just. But when I say this cat was big, it's an understatement. He was big. He ended up with feline leukemia at one point. I mean, there was a point where he wasn't eating well. He was skin and bones. Took him to the vet. They tested him. He had feline leukemia. Mr. Split in Two. How you doing, buddy? Welcome in. How you doing tonight?
What's
Hope you're
up,
feeling better. This cat, skin and bones at the vet, Randy.
Yeah.
30 pounds.
Damn.
The vet estimated, given his size, be around 40, 50 pounds.
Jeez.
At a healthy weight.
Damn.
Cat was like half fucking Bobcat.
Jeez.
Because we don't know what got Figaro pregnant when she was younger. No idea.
Yeah.
Good, was just chilling with peeps and watching Dopey. Nice. Yeah, I was hanging out watching her for a while earlier. But yeah, no idea what what got her knocked up. Could have been a Bobcat. No idea.
Probably.
So, when I say this cat would flop up against you, can you imagine 30-something pounds just kablush right up against you?
Yeah. Knock you off your feet quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, this cat was huge. He would walk over to the counters, and instead of jumping up on the counters, he'd just, stand on his hind legs, put his front paws on the edge of the counter, poke his head up, look on the counter, see if there's anything good, and then wander off. I mean, counter height. That's a big. He was a big cat.
Yeah.
But my high school year, he was again doing really bad. Didn't have the energy to get up the stairs to go outside anymore. So he was pissing and shitting in the basement. Took him into the vets. The leukemia was back. It was really bad. Vet didn't anticipate him getting any better. There was no medicine to give him at the time because this was 25 years ago,
Yeah.
Especially for a cat. Especially for a cat that was 15 years old.
Yeah. Anything you could have gave him probably would have killed him.
Yeah.
The early stuff was pretty stressful on him.
So yeah, it was, you know, I ended up having to put him down. And I'll never forget this. We're at the vet. Euthanize him now, or what do I do? Bring him home, prolong the suffering, and then bring him back at another point when I can get an appointment to bring him into the vet and put him down? So I just,
Yeah.
while we were there, put him down, brought him home, and my dad got upset with me because I didn't bring the suffering cat home for him and my sister to say goodbye. So he got mad at me. Well, you could have brought him home so we could have said goodbye to him too. And da, da, da. So let's prolong his suffering?
Make
Like,
you feel better?
you know, I mean, it's like, we're gonna bury the cat in the backyard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just one of those things that kind of scratched my... Yeah, 14 years old for a cat is a pretty good run to begin with, and then to have leukemia on top of it, it's like, alright, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I am... I cannot tolerate a suffering animal. As bad as it is, if there's anything I can do, I will do within
Yep.
my power, you know?
Yep.
But if there's no guarantee to ease that suffering, you know, like a surgery to take care of it or something like that, if there's no guarantee, then I'm not going to let the animal suffer. That's not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I won't do that either.
You know, just hang on. Yeah, they hang on way too long. It's like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my cats. Love the dog. Love all my animals. But I'm not going to let them suffer if if there's something wrong. I'm going to do something about it, you know?
Yep.
So it was just like, you know, it baffled my mind that my dad got upset with me for putting the cat down. Jasper down. Yeah, I remember you. You guys had Jasper a really long time, yeah. 20 years. So, you know, it's like, it sucks, but I'm not gonna let the animal suffer. Just not gonna happen, you know? So, I put him down, and I've always wanted a gold cat, you know, gold tiger striped cat since. And
Yep.
when my friend's sister had, you know, one of her cats had a litter, and there was a male gold tiger striped cat, like I said, looks just like Goldie. My wife, without me even knowing, you know, hey, I want that one, da 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 da, and one day she's like, all right, I gotta go run some errands. I'll be back in a little while, and she came home with
The
Darius.
cat.
It's like, I'm like, what? What? You kidding me, right? I'm like, you're the best. So yeah, it's I've had a lot of nice lightning strike there. I've had a lot of cats in my years, and I've been able to bury all of them with the exception of Dalinar and Oreo. Because like I said, Dalinar just disappeared one day, and no idea what happened to him. But there's fish are...
When they're split, tell Dopey I said hello.
These storms are so fucking... I mean, they just look awesome. Always wanted a blue Scottish fold. Managed to find one. Nice. My wife frickin' teased me the other day, which... I've really, really wanted for a long time a, oh, damn it. My mind just went completely blank. Oh, Snow Tundra Bengal. cat. Or a Bengal in general. But the cattery not far from where I live that breeds them, they're $1,200 a piece, with a 2-year waiting list, because they're papered. I don't care about the papers and all that shit, I just wanted a Bengal. And there's somebody, she came across them on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Somebody had some Bengals, and she goes, "Oh look, dear, Bengals." And I'm like, why you gotta fucking taunt me like that shit? You know we can't afford it, and we've already got 5 cats. Why do you have to fucking taunt me with that shit? Paid $2,200 for Scottish Fold because it was muted. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying it's. Don't get me wrong. It's expensive, but for depending on breeds and stuff like that, I've seen dogs go way more than that. So, yeah. Especially if you get them from a breeder and they're papered and everything else, and oh my god, can they get expensive. See, I know it's daytime because the automatic lights are off, but you wouldn't know it with the storm. Alright, I suppose, Hi, Kristen. Hello, Void Kitty. Woohoo! There we go. Able to free up some windows. Oh, and the autosave's about to hit. Of course it is. Oh good, the storm's about to end. Hopefully daylight hits and I can see what I'm doing to try and smooth this out a little bit to the next dirt face. The one we got was from a valid breeder here in BC. Just she was rehomed at like 50. And they did not want her. Yikes. Some dogs are like that. I.e. huskies. Oh, what? You kept saying Scottish Fold. I thought you were talking about a dog split. Because wasn't Jasper a dog? I'm confused. Scottish. Uh-huh. Oh, yep. You'd mentioned Jasper, and my brain just... Doxy. I thought you... Doxy. Now I'm really confused, because... Yeah, Dotson, yeah. Yeah, Jasper was a dog. Dachshund, Dotson. Yeah, mini Dachshund. Because you had mentioned Jasper, so when you said Scottish Fold, my brain just was on dog. Alright, well, fine. Some cats really like to talk, i.e., Siamese. Same still applies. Wow. Yeah. Um, Dahlia and Drake, we think, are part Siamese because they've got that really elongated face. And they're really, at least Drake is really vocal compared to the rest of the cats in the house. Just like, yep. Yeah, depending on how big the litter was, it could have just been, you know, a pecking order mechanism or something like that. You never know. At the end of the day, though, animals have just as varied of personalities as people do. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. As a runt, it was her way of trying to get attention and be like, don't forget about me, don't, you know. Yeah, that makes sense. Like a youngish child acting out to get attention. Don't forget about me. No joking, she talks and plays a mouse whacking game. I remember you saying something about the playing on your wife's tablet. That would actually be pretty awesome. Just denote, like I've got the face cam right here. Just denote a little square of your stream to cat cam. Then just include like hashtag cat cam or something in the stream title. Go viral. And Split will get too famous for us all. Just loading out some dirt. There we go. Storm's starting to break and it's getting lighter out. Sweet. Don't want the million questions. You could always turn yourself into like the symbol formerly known as the gamer split in two games. Yeah, I don't think I could tell. I don't think I could deal with being famous. My goal in life is to live in a fucking cave in the woods, so. Off-grid property, cave in the woods, and a satellite internet service. Give it another couple of years, satellite internet will be a lot better than it is even now, and there's an idea. Start an off-grid gaming commune, couple hundred acres, everybody can build little huts and houses and whatever else, and have satellite internet, solar power, whatever, you know, you name it, and just live off-grid. Gardens and chickens and whatever. Just leave us the game. Found some stupid, crazy, made-up religion and call it the religious land or whatever and stay out. Hey Darius, you stamping back and forth? That's my bag of chips. Hey Tim, what can I do for you? Yes. You're such a big handsome boy. Oh, hi. Hi. Nope, not stamping on the keyboard. Not stamping on the keyboard. Please, thank you. The internet goes out, everyone reverts to running around grunting and LARPing Rust. Nice. Couple days of bad weather, the batteries go out. Everybody's computers are off. Everybody walks outside squinting at the sun and hissing. Yep. Yeah, I think I need sleep at this point because my brain's going into all the weird places. Well, what is it? 9:30 there for you? It's your West Coast, if I remember right. You know, another 4 hours before you get any sleep, Sir Welshie? Yeah, it's 12:30 in the morning here, but my sleep schedule's kind of switched again, so I don't know, be a few hours before I get tired. I probably won't go to bed until after the kids get up for school, about 5 hours. No, it doesn't. Yeah, off work at the moment, but I end stream at 8 p.m. You gotta work at 10 p.m. Ah. 5:30 a.m. working till 8 a.m. Yeah, because you're over in the UK, so you're 5 hours ahead. I thought you were a full-time content creator there, Split. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I thought you were full-time content creation. And you occasionally did, like, PC type work, if memory serves. Ah, you went back to work last year? I gotcha. Oh, drywall and contracting? Ah, I used to do some of that too. Before my back went out. I was a general contractor myself. Painting, additions, decks, landscaping, drywalling. Jack of all trades, master of none. Do renos. Wow, that's pretty good. Nice. That'll add up quick. Now, is that just hang in mud? Or do you go beyond that? Yeah. I gathered from the contracting, but for the 240 aboard, I wasn't sure if that was just to hang in mud or going all the way through paint. Hang in mud. Oh, that's pretty good. Way more than they get in this area. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're on the island, aren't you? where I live, drywallers will make 20 to 25 a board to hang in mud. Yeah, that's the state of Maine, man. Don't get paid shit here. I remember one of the jobs I did it was for my dad, which is part of the problem. He'd already been raked over the coals trying to get a house renovated to put on the market. He went through 2 contractors, and then I came in to finish the place. And when I came in, I had to move a couple of walls, then insulate, drywall, paint floors, insulate the attic, the whole 9. Yeah, I mean, literally it was from studs to finish. But as a side gig, and I hate working with family, did a good job repairing floors. Oh, nice. Yet, there is something to be said for just working for a guaranteed paycheck. You know, I mean, just it's nice to have the side money now and then, but the guaranteed paycheck can be a really big stress relief. You know, you're not having to bid jobs to, oh, where's my next paycheck gonna come from? Yep. It's a good safety net to have that guaranteed paycheck. Having run my own contracting thing, I get it. Yikes, yeah. Yeah, rent prices and stuff like that. I'm lucky. I get $1,000 a month for my mortgage. And we've had that locked in for years, thankfully. But with me being out of work, it's been tough. Unfortunately, there is no real end in sight for my back issues. Most places nowadays around here won't do the remote work. I can't travel. So even like part-time work is practically out of the question. It's tough. I miss the day-to-day work and the actual, you know, regular paychecks. But I digress. The job I did for my father, I think it was around. It was a small 2-bedroom house. Like I said, insulation, drywall, bathroom, kitchen, all the floors with the exception of carpet in the bedrooms. You name it. Do you get cortisone in your back so you can work? Yeah. Unfortunately, they tried that for me and there was no relief. So they said, well, sorry, we can't help you. Here's a pain management. Broke your back in football? Yikes. Yeah, in my case, it's, the rheumatologist says arthritis. I think it's something more, but getting the doctors to agree to look into it beyond just, you're overweight, is ridiculous. So, yeah, it is what it is. Regardless, it's basically nerve pain throughout my entire back, which is another frustration because the doctors will start, oh, well, let's look at your neck. No, my whole back. Well, let's look at your lower back. No, my whole back. You know, it's tough to deal with the doctors. Have to blank it out. Yeah. Actually, I'm due for my next round of meds. I should have taken those. I mean, they've got me on some meds now that help some, but it's it sucks. If they could get me onto a cortisone shot or something like that, or get the meds to a point where I can do something, you know? Well, in this case, it's gabapentin, so it's supposed to block the nerve pain, but it's not all that effective. Hey, Faye. How you doing, buddy? Well, and there's the crux of it, right, Faye? The doctors aren't going to cure you because then they can't sell you pills and they can't push more medicines. They had me on Oxy. Wow. Yeah. No, with the pain specialist, it comes down to it's notated in my medical file. I'm not after opioids. I don't want opioids. Do not prescribe me opioids. And I was adamant about that with the doctors because they did want to put me on opioids at first, and I'm like, no, no, anything but. You go, oh, but it'll be more effective. I don't care if it's more effective. I don't want the addiction issues and everything else that goes along with opioids. No. I've got enough issues with depression and being bipolar. I don't need your fucking meds making shit worse. So, you know, there's that whole side of it. So, like I said, I'm thankful I haven't been put on the opioids. And my rheumatologist is now starting to come much more around to my side, which is good. And I mean, that's the tough part. Like, I've been trying to get disability, and it's like I don't want, you know, $2,000 a month disability. Just give me enough to help me get by. Just got up late again. At least you can sleep in tomorrow. Yeah. Y-strap pulling? No, I can't say as though I have. I do have a chiropractor I've been to, but I haven't been recently because the last time I was going to him, it was making things worse. From the regular visits, the cracking of the back was actually making things worse. So I haven't been to him in a while. And the rheumatologist did try to get me several referrals for, like, massage therapy and stuff like that. But my insurance that my wife's got sucks ass. Chiropractic decompression. Y-axis traction strap. Yeah. Yeah, they'll hook it under your arms or sometimes around your neck, depending which area they want to stretch, and they just kind of gently pull. it probably would take away quite a bit of pain split. Um, but to be honest, it's just it fucks you over at every opportunity. Working, if you have a chance to get into... I don't even know what they would end up putting me on for disability, to be honest. I would just spitball on a number there. So... Ringed, is it Ring Dinger or Dinnger? Most I've seen people get for just yeah, I'm just spitballing a number. I'd likely end up somewhere in the $600 to $800 a month range, given what I was making beforehand. So, yeah, Ring Dinger. All right, I thought that's what it was supposed to be. Hey there, Fayer. How you doing? Yeah. Oh, trust me, Faye. So, yeah, I'm still fighting the disability thing. What's likely going to end up happening is I'm going to get a denial again, which will result in me having to start the whole process all over again.